Hallå igen och välkomna tillbaka. Vi kör ett avsnitt till här. Jag undrar vad det står här. Jaktord. I förra avsnittet så fick vi en liten uppenbarelse utav att Hiroaki förmodligen finns på ett sjukhus. I alla fall vi är i alla fall övertygade om att vi tror det. Sen om det stämmer eller inte, det får vi se. Men vem vet. Vi fortsätter bara för att jag är ganska nyfiken på vad som händer här. Punkt. I received a phone call from Mr. Somiya while walking unsteadily through the crowd. Okej. Jag skulle vilja ha ett till möte med vår psykolog. Bara för att de scenerna brukar oftast vara ganska intressanta. Jag skulle vilja ha ett till möte där för att se om vi kan få ut något mer intressant där. It was nothing. That's good to hear. Men här är det inte... ja. Här är det ju väldigt intressant för den här karaktären kallar honom för Maou och Asai-kun. Så han liksom känner ju till båda identiteterna i så fall. Somiya was quite pleased. No, I should be the one thanking you. I really appreciate you lending that place to me. Just as you had stated, even the gangs and the homeless wouldn't go near there. It's really a wonderful place. Jaha, men ja, kommer inte de liksom märka att det är någon som är kidnappad där? I see. Is that all for today? What is it? Who? Did they leave a name? Thanks for the heads up. I'll contact you again soon. I hung up and sank into thought. Was it Usami? If it was, her investigation is proceeding faster than predicted. The picture might have been too much of a hint. If all I wanted to do was inform the family of Hiroaki's safety, I could have just put the phone up to him. There was no need to go out of my way to send a photo of where the hostage was kept. There was no doubt that Usami would try to find Hiroaki's whereabouts through the photo. However, my true aim lies elsewhere. They won't find the hostage even if they search the hospital. This marks Usami's second major mistake, the first being the fiasco with the ransom. And this will eventually fuel the flames of strife between Usami and Tsubaki. That's why I sent her the photo. Helping the Sano Corporation with this troublesome land acquisition trifle might be the main goal of the kidnapping, but that's not the full extent of my motives. Usami Haru. That woman is one of the few people privileged to knowledge of my past. She's also the only one searching for me right now. I want to finish her, but I'll have to let her go this time. The hints the photo left were more troublesome than expected. I was nearly caught by Usami while running through the downtown area too. Of course, no evidence that could clearly indicate my location was left behind. Still, you can never be too careful. If their search for Hiroaki had taken just a bit longer, I could have taken a friend away from Usami. Of course, making use of Tsubaki. Nevertheless, the seed has already been planted within her. Now I only have to wait for it to bloom. Lastly, I'll contact Tsubaki. I'll give her back her brother. However, I must make my point clearly. If she dares contact the police, their family will suffer once more. Because after all, Tsubaki still has 2 younger sisters and another brother. Okej. Intressant. I returned home immediately after the negotiation and took a short nap. I feel like I have a fever. Maybe I really did catch the flu. Huh? Someone is here. What do you think at? What do you think at? Varför känns det här som att det typ är någon slags klimax på någonting? Som att det här kommer vara liksom slutet. Det här är början på klimaxet på den här arken. When I picked up the receiver, Usami's face appeared on the monitor. What do you want? The abandoned hospital? Yeah, I looked it up. Hon vet ju redan vilket det är, men... Would you come inside for a bit? Usami softly replied in the affirmative. But you know, it really isn't necessary for you to come in person. Just give me a phone call next time. Oh, really? Sorry, I was probably asleep. I spread out the printouts detailing the requested information on the coffee table. It was all sent from real estate agencies. Well, it seems to be called Eiichiri Hospital. I've heard it was abandoned in the eastern outskirts. The hospital's founder, Dr. Eiichiri, was some guy born in the Meiji era. He died long ago. I told her about the address in detail. There are no other abandoned hospitals in the city that match our criteria. I'll go too. I'm not going because I'm worried about you. The owner of this hospital is a subsidiary of the Sano Corporation. If anything goes wrong, it could cause a scandal for Sano. I got to keep an eye on Usami to make sure she doesn't get into any trouble. Damn, I don't even have military gloves. I left my home disgusted. The residential area gets especially cold at night. I received a phone call from Tsubaki on the way to Usami's apartment. What is it? Just as I finished asking, Tsubaki's unbelievably joyful voice came from the other end of the line. What is it? Did something happen? Han har kommit hem igen. Jag tror han har kommit hem igen. Eller vad tror du, Morgan? Ja, tror du han är hemma igen? Jag tror han är hemma igen. She spoke so hurriedly that I almost envisioned saliva pouring out of her mouth. Jag hoppas jag har svårt att liksom se något annat scenario än att han faktiskt har kommit hem. Ja, precis. Undrar om det här är en ny låt. Truth. He's back? Hiroaki is back. It might just have been my mind playing tricks on me. But I felt like even my voice was shivering. It sounded like she was crying. She repeated the same mumbled yes repeatedly. That's fantastic. My whole body relaxed after hearing this. No, I didn't do anything. I only let you help me make a fortune. Ja, precis. All right. Hiroaki must be in shock too. Cheer him up for me. I'll come visit him sometime. She left me with a farewell and reached with endless joy. Looks like she can finally have a good night's sleep. I let out a long sigh too. I don't have to worry about the police showing up anymore. Usami, it's just as you've heard. A smile appeared on the tip of her lips. However, Her eyes only bore a strange glow.
これで警察を頼ることができますね。ひろあきくんが帰ってきたのなら、ことを大っぴらにできます。私も警察にいろいろと証言するつもりです。
True. The only reason we didn't contact the police was because the hostage was still in the culprit's hands. Now that the hostage is back, there's no need to hesitate.
今日はもう遅いですし、帰ります。椿の家に行くのは明日にします。
Right. We don't have school
お
tomorrow.
やすみなさい。それにしても、よかったです。
I nervously watched Usami leave. I must do something. Unlike Tsubaki, these circumstances didn't give me the courtesy of rest. Okay. Chapter 2, a series of kidnappings. I rushed to Tsubaki's house first thing in the morning the next day. The train was empty, typical of a weekend morning. Tsubaki immediately presented her brother to me as she answered the door.
お兄ちゃん、こんにちは。
Han verkar vara glad. Hi. I was taken aback somewhat. Hey, you look pretty good. Given the fact that he was taken hostage and trapped in an abandoned hospital for a week.
でしょ？私も心配してたんだけどね。
Tsubaki recovered her smile. Were you cold?
真っ暗だったけど、お部屋は暖かかったよ。
What about food?
パンがたくさんあったよ。お菓子もあったよ。
That's pretty luxurious for a hostage. Do you remember anything about the kid? I mean, who were you staying with?
お馬さんだったよ。
Horse.
お父さんの親戚の人だって言ってた。ちょっとお家に帰れなくなるけど、いい子にして待ってなさいって言われた。
A man with a horse mask, I'm guessing.
最初車に乗った時は怖い人かと思ったけど、お菓子くれたりおもちゃくれたりしていい人だったよ。
Well, the kidnapper got Hiroaki on his side pretty easily.
お姉ちゃん寂しかったでしょ。
Hiroaki flashed a mischievous smile.
もうこの子は本当に。
Tsubaki looked like she was going to cry. All's well that ends well, I guess.
一見落着だね。今日からようやく日記を再開できるよ。
Men det har du väl redan gjort under tiden? Du har i alla fall läst ur den. Jag tror hon har skrivit i den också, men hon har ju läst liksom, typ som när Ichi höll på att fejka sin födelsedag höll hon på att läsa i den. What? You haven't been writing in it lately?
日記も書けなくなるほど動揺していたみたいでした。丸。
Tsubaki made a refreshing smile. Their family would be facing a move after this, but the situation was finally under control.
おはよう。
That is, until this girl appeared.
はるちゃん、どうしたの？ひろあきくんが帰ってきたと聞いたんで。
Tsubaki turned her head aside and looked at me. Yeah, Usami was right beside me when I received a phone call from you yesterday.
あんな夜中に？二人で。
Ja, nu blir hon svartsjuk också. Usami walked up to Hiroaki as Tsubaki interrogated me.
髪の毛ボーボーのお姉ちゃん、こんちは。ちは、大丈夫だったか？みんなに聞かれるよ。大丈夫だよ。本当か？私には何でも言うんだぞ。はるちゃん、昨日はごめんね。ひどいこと言っちゃったような気がして。気にしてない。私こそお前を知らず知らず傷つけていたようで申し訳なく思ってる。
Upon hearing this, Tsubaki sighed in relief.
せっかくだし上がってく？引っ越しが近いから散らかってるけど、今はまだ手をつけてないから。そうだな。警察にも連絡しないといけないしな。
Parampam, parampam, nej. Right after she mentioned it,
警察？
Tsubaki's face turned green.
警察ってどういうこと？どういうことって、一連の事件を警察に通報するんだ。
Alltså måste de prata om det framför honom? Till att börja med. That's the reason Usami came by today. I have to think of a way to prevent Tsubaki from doing so. Jag tror redan hon vet om att hon inte ska göra det. But the following turn of events caught me by surprise.
何言ってるの？
Tsubaki's lips quivered.
そんなこと
Usami frowned.
おかしいよ、はるちゃん。おかしい？私が？はるちゃんみたいに頭のいい人ならわかるでしょ。まだ警察を頼る気はないのか？当たり前だよ。なんて恐ろしいこと言うの。
Tsubaki's face read, unbelievable.
なぜだ？だってそうじゃない？警察に連絡したら犯人が怒るよ。そしたらどうなると思う？
Usami's eyes met mine for a brief moment. Tsubaki's afraid of a possible second or third kidnapping.
はるちゃんは身代金をすり替えて一度犯人を怒らせたのに、またそんなこと言われても困るよ。
Usami fell silent, as if trying to restrain herself.
ごめんね。心配してくれてるのはわかるんだよ。だけど警察には連絡しないよ。
Usami gazed into Tsubaki with the eyes of a beast.
犯罪者の報復を恐れるがあまり、犯罪者を憎もうともしないのはあまりにも弱腰というものじゃないか。
Usami squeezed the sentence out of her mouth.
はるちゃんにはわからないよ。はるちゃんの家族がこんなことになったわけじゃないでしょ。
Det vet inte hon någonting om, det kanske hon inte
家
ska
の電
säga,
話
men...
が鳴るだけで心臓が飛び跳ねるくらい驚いて、風で窓が鳴っただけでひろあきが帰ってきたんじゃないかって夜中に目が覚めるんだよ。そんなのはもう嫌だよ。ごめんね。そういうわけだから。
Tsubaki closed her eyes in anguish. What an unexpected development. There couldn't be a better outcome for me, at least. Well then, Usami... What? You want to say something? In the end, Usami didn't help one bit. I'm sure she's not quite ready to just let this drop. But regardless, she no longer has any right to stick her nose into Tsubaki's family affairs.
ひろあきくんが無事で本当に良かった。帰ります。
She turned away after she finished. Hiroaki grabbed Tsubaki's sleeves.
ねえお姉ちゃん、遊んで。ひろあき、ちょっと中に入ってなさい。
Tsubaki shrugged off Hiroaki's grip.
ごめん。ちょっと浅井くんとお話あるの。わかった。後でおやつ作ってね。
Hiroaki took a look at me and went into the house. Don't worry about it. Anyway, this case has been wrapped up. You can return to your everyday life from today on.
そうかな。
She wore a tight expression.
浅井くん、私変かな。
Weird?
変になっちゃったかな。
I couldn't really tell you. Looking back on the horror and misfortune of the past few days, it would be more surprised if she was acting like a normal schoolgirl.
なんかね、怖いの。今まで知りもしなかった感情がどんどん。
Vad pratar hon om nu? As if trying to suppress her shivering, she crossed her arms and hugged herself. Yeah, I must admit that you have been a bit excited these past few days, but don't let it bother you.
ありがとう。浅井くんにそう言ってもらえると心強いよ。
I turned and left after seeing that smile. Well then, I'll see you at school. Just call me if anything comes up. We're all done here. Both the kidnapping and the change in Tsubaki's attitude were developing in a way that benefited me. I must have the luck of the devil or something.
待って浅井くん。今日時間ある？
Today? Well, I don't have any special plans. Why?
ならちょっと会わない？
Aren't we already together?
改めてっていう意味。
I don't have anything to do with Tsubaki anymore. It is a rare occasion, but I might be busy working.
夜ならどうかな。
Wouldn't it be better to spend the day with your family? Your mom just got out of the hospital, didn't she?
だから深夜とかは？
Alltså nu börjar hon nästan bli lite läskig här. Alltså, the middle of the night. Is little Miss Goody Two-Shoes Tsubaki actually asking a man out late at night. Alltså nu börjar hon bli läskig istället. For some reason, I get the gist that this girl is interested in me. Honestly, it was kind of annoying, flattering. Ja, det är väl ganska självklart vad vi ska välja här. Jag kommer spara här dock. It's kind of flattering, really. Want to come to my place? Yeah, it'll be more convenient if we're going to meet up late tonight. Whoa, she didn't even think twice about it. Talk about zero cautiousness. I should really have a nice chat with her tonight. Well, I'll see you then. Tsubaki's voice lingered in my ears. Okay. What a development. How's Hiroaki doing now? Ja, de hoppar direkt till det här också. Okay. It's 10 at night. I brought Tsubaki to my apartment. Seems like the kidnapper took care of Hiroaki really well. She smiled gently. Tsubaki doesn't seem to hate the kidnapper. I made coffee and sat down opposite Tsubaki. Say... Have you calmed down a bit? Tsubaki had said earlier that she wanted to feel me next to her. I see. I wondered as I watched Tsubaki drink the coffee. What does she have to be so insecure about? Hiroaki's back. It's all over. It's all over, lawbreaker! Is she nervous about the move? Well, she is leaving a home she spent her whole life in. How are the preparations for the move going? Isn't the deadline approaching? Were they preparing for the move while Hiroaki was still being held hostage? Förmodligen, men... She really has things together. I can definitely see why Tsubaki is the center of her family. You don't want to move, do you? Säkert. Judging by her tone, it didn't sound like she was afraid of moving. Looks like she wants to change the topic. Can I move in here? Yeah. Come to think of it, it's your first time here, isn't it? The same question as Usami, I laughed through my nose. Huh? What? Is something wrong? Tsubaki shook her head. She seemed uncomfortable. Right. You and Usami have been a bit awkward lately. Tsubaki's eyebrows jumped. I can tell. Tsubaki hesitated before going on. Det tror jag verkligen inte att hon gör. What? Cold sweat burst from my skin. But please don't say such disgusting things while I'm drinking coffee. Dricker ni kaffe 10 på kvällen? Nice. Unless you want it all over your face. How could that possibly be? True. Eller vad sa han precis? Unless you want it all over your face. Ah, okay. Kaffet alltså. But you guys are always together lately, blah blah. We were trying to find Hiroaki together. I wasn't much help though. Well, it's not like I can tell you how Usami feels. I came in to ask about that matter. Om de två gillar varandra eller hur det gick för dem att hjälpas åt. Jag antar att om de två gillar varandra. She lowered her eyes. What? This is upsetting. I'm not sure what sort of misconceptions she's arrived at, but I was only taking advantage of Tsubaki. There was no love there whatsoever. Hey, Tsubaki. I spoke in a deep voice. Hey, Tsubaki. I understand what you're trying to say. Well, I should have known. What with you coming over at this hour? Tabaki's face froze. You're saying you want to be a couple, right? Tabaki remained speechless. Well, I'll think about it.
Huh?
Okay. I don't hate you, but I don't love you either. Han är ju ärlig i alla fall, men det är värsta... Okay. She was waiting for my next sentence. Maybe you should go home for now. What the fuck? But Tsubaki didn't budge.
どうやったら付き合ってもらえるかな?
Alltså... Jag vet inte riktigt, det här känns lite halvskumt. Det känns som att hon inte riktigt är genuin bakom sina känslor just nu, men sen har jag fått något i halsen också, så jag blir tårögd. Det är bara därför jag har fått något i halsen. I smiled. I couldn't tell you, but what I can tell you is that you should never enter a boy's room at this hour.
どうして?
They'll think you're easy.
そうなんだ。ごめんね。
Okay. I know you're not actually an easy girl. Even so, you should pay attention to how other people see you.
気にした方がいい?
Yeah, I hate attention. I don't want rumors to spread about me bringing girls home.
服装とかもおしゃれな方がいいかな?
Alltså, det är ju någonting med henne. Någonting har ju hänt som har gjort att hon blir helt besatt liksom. Hon måste liksom någonstans ha kopplat allting till att liksom, han har räddat min familj, han är den bästa personen någonsin, bla bla bla. Certainly, it's important to keep up your outward appearance.
頑張ってみるよ.
For some reason, she was encouraged.
よかった。日記やめろとか言われたらどうしようかと思った。
Alltså, ja, det här är lite obehagligt, men absolut. Hey, that's a good idea.
ひどいよ。
She was a little different from usual. A little? I couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was, though.
おやすみ.
I walked Tsubaki back home. She seemed nervous the entire time. She hardly spoke a word. Okay, det är inte lite obehagligt. Though there were some difficulties. At long last, the annoying events revolving around Tsubaki were finally coming to an end. From tomorrow forth, my everyday life will return again. How should I respond to Tsubaki's feelings? This question nagged the back of my mind. Chapter 2. A series of kidnappings. Okej, nu är jag väldigt nyfiken på att fortsätta, men jag har lite grejer jag måste göra, så det får ske lite senare ikväll. Tyvärr. Så vi gör så här. Undrar hur många det är som har varit svarta skärmar här. Väldigt många. Sen sparar jag inte på alla avsnitt heller. Okej. Hon verkar väldigt skum. Men jag är i alla fall väldigt nyfiken på att se vart det här kommer leda någonstans. Så det här avsnittet är slut i alla fall. Jag får tacka så mycket för att ni har tittat, så får vi fortsätta nästa gång. Det känns som att det kommer hända ganska mycket då, kanske, eventuellt. Jag vet inte. Tack för att ni har kollat i alla fall. Vi hörs. Hej då!